What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Good news for the cryptocurrency world. Competition. Competition breeds good policies. Everybody and their brother, states, Utah, California, countries, are all trying to be known as the hub for cryptocurrency. All this is competition. Competition is good for us. Who is us? Us, crypto holders. The future of finance. That is us. And they're going to try to cater to us. And the more competition there is for these places to be the hub, the better for us. Because you're going to have something better than your other competition to attract cryptocurrency holders. So this is awesome. We're going to read this from Los Angeles Magazine. The link will, of course, be in the description box below. California becomes the first state to launch a roadmap for cryptocurrency regulation. And that's good. And it's another step forward. It's another thing for Utah, let's say. Utah wants to be known as the cryptocurrency hub of the world as well. So now Utah is going to look at it, and they're going to have to make advances as well. Competition. Competition is good for all of us. Governor Gavin Newsom signed an executive order Wednesday directing the state agencies to let the Biden plan guide them on crypto and blockchain tech. And I wish they wouldn't just rely on the Biden plan. Maybe they should blaze their own trail, and the Biden plan can take some cues from them if they come up with some good plans, some good regulations. California is set to cement its place as the center of technology's intersection with finance after this week, as it became the first state in the nation to formally begin roadmapping the adoption of cryptocurrency and blockchain technology. And that will light a fire under the behinds of other places that want to be known as the cryptocurrency hub of the world. Because if you want that thing and someone else wants that thing, you've got to do something better in order to get that thing. Governor Gavin Newsom signed an executive order on Wednesday directing California's agencies to follow suit with the Biden administration's plan, laid out in a March order, for the federal government to begin crafting regulations for crypto. Newsom's order also states that agencies should begin the incorporation of blockchain coding into their operations. And it's good. That's good, because you're going to slide into it. We're going to get these growing pains. We're going to get through these things that say, well, that was not the way to do it. Let's X that. Let's get rid of it. Let's change it. Everybody else can see it, improve it. This is all good. Think of it like you come out with a product, and it's a good product. And then other people come out with the same product, but everybody's is a little bit different. And there's this thing over here that is better on your product with this other company. Well, now you have to improve your product to make it better than that person's, and so on and so forth. And it creates an environment where people will try to do right because they want to attract people. And that's a good position to be in. You hold cryptocurrency, the future of finance. That means people are going to be catering to you because they want your business. They want your cryptocurrency. They want to be known as the place to go for cryptocurrency. And this is amazing news for the future. The governor said on Wednesday that the order is meant to accelerate the state's movement towards digital currency as other lawmakers across their country drag their feet on legislation around the fast-moving industry, which has ballooned over the past 5 years. Yes, and it is growing faster and faster. Mass adoption. Remember, I have said many times, mass adoption, 0 to about 9 to 10% of the population. It is very, very, very slow and gradual. Once you reach 10 to 12% of the population, it starts to pick up very fast. Once you reach over 12% of the population on mass adoption, then it takes off like a rocket. Too often, government lags behind technological advancements, so we're getting ahead of the curve on this, laying the foundation to allow for consumers and business to thrive, Newsom said in a statement, adding that the order will help establish a comprehensive, thoughtful, and harmonized regulatory and business environment for crypto assets. And that sounds very nice. Now, it's going to be a bumpy road. Obviously, we're a new asset class. We're going to have growing pains. We're going to have bumps. We're going to have regulations that come out that are too heavy-handed at first, and then they'll lighten up. And then we're going to have the opposite. We're going to have regulations that are too light at first, and then they will toughen up as time goes on. So expect growing pains. Expect good and bad regulation, but also expect regulation to adjust as time goes on. While opinions in cryptocurrency certainly vary, government regulation is largely celebrated by the crypto community, and why wouldn't it be? If you have a good project that you believe in, then you want regulation to get rid of all these other projects, the ones that give this asset class a bad name. The logic here is that the more that crypto is regulated, the more it will be understood en masse. And that is absolutely true. 100% true. People don't like an asset class without regulation. We've had regulation so long that it's part of our blood. Without regulation, people are going to look at it as the Wild West, and they're going to stay away from it. Not people who want to take the risk for the future. I'm talking about normal, everyday, vanilla citizens. And once it's understood en masse, it will bring wider adoption. Absolutely. Currently, roughly 16% of Americans, and yes, they're mostly younger men, have had some experience with crypto, be it through investment trading or use as a form of payment or whatever, according to a recent Pew study, which also says that 86% of Americans have at least heard of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, or the other major and thousands of minor cryptocurrencies. But most everybody associates Bitcoin. First mover advantage, brand name recognition. That's Bitcoin's greatest advantage. The technology for Bitcoin is outdated. It's old. But it's got first mover advantage. This explosion in cryptocurrency's popularity, coupled with a massive bull run for Bitcoin that led to the first decentralized coin price soaring above $68,000 in November, increased pressure on federal regulators to finally create concrete policy. But the wheels of the government are slow. They are very, very slow. Last week, Biden's order encourages the Fed to create its own digital currency, while looking at crypto's impact on financial stability and national security, and the part that they didn't mention, the environment. Because yes, part of Biden's plan in there to explore cryptocurrency is exploring its impact on the environment. Not good news for Bitcoin. Great news for the greenest blockchain, Algorand. While some embrace the moves from both California and the feds as forward-thinking, which I do, others who are crypto skeptics have highlighted a variety of reasons for concern. Yes, the volatility of price, but everything is volatile in price when it starts out, with wild swings and fear of missing out bringing some heavy losses to novice investors. Novice investors have always gotten wrecked in the market. Always gotten wrecked in the market since the dawn of time, because novice investors don't have the capital it takes to survive the dips, and when these big dips happen, they pull out and they sell at a loss. It's just the way it's always been. Cryptocurrency is no different. As well as Bitcoin's early association with illicit dark web activities. Yes. Okay, if we're using that same philosophy, then the United States dollar should be banned as well, because more crime has been paid for and funded by the United States dollar than any cryptocurrency. So if we're using that same philosophy, if you're going to paint the brush strokes on one painting, you must use the same brush strokes on the other painting. You can do illicit activities with any asset. I mean, that's just duh. Recently, 3 U.S. senators indicated that Russians could use crypto to dodge sanctions. But it's still on the blockchain. You can still track it. Sanctions imposed after the invasion of the Ukraine. However, this was quickly shot down by Biden advisor Dalip Singh, who asserted that crypto's really not a workaround for our sanctions. No, it's not. It's not. And he said that on CNN. Meanwhile, That same month, over $100 million in cryptocurrency have been donated to Ukraine Defense Forces. Yeah, but we know how much was donated. That should tell you, well, if we know how much it's donated, that means we can see it. So no, you're not bypassing the freaking, what's the word I'm looking for? You're not bypassing the blockade, the sanctions. You're not bypassing sanctions. That's the word I was looking for, sanctions. You're not bypassing sanctions using cryptocurrency. You're just not. But yet people who are against cryptocurrency will sure say that they can. The path to wide adoption remains rocky in many respects on the state level. In contrast to Newsom's order in California, the New York state has been pushing through legislation to bring a 2-year moratorium on new crypto mining operations that use proof-of-work authentication methods. And yes, proof of work because of the energy usage. And this is things that I've been saying all the time, the court of public opinion. I know people are sticking up for Bitcoin and saying it's not that bad for the environment. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter in reality whether Bitcoin is bad for the environment, whether it does nothing good or bad for the environment, it's completely neutral, or whether it does something good for the environment. Because here's the thing, the court of public opinion has already decided Bitcoin is bad for the environment. And changing the court of public opinion, well, that is something that is almost impossible to do. And this is a great example. A moratorium on Bitcoin mining. Bitcoin's future's shaky. Proof of stake is better. It's better technology. Bitcoin is a dinosaur. Bitcoin is one of several coins that use proof of work mining, which is an authentication process that gobbles up a great deal of electricity. Pushback from the crypto space on this New York bill has been harsh, with advocates saying it could be the first step to squash the growing industry. No. It will bring eyes on the two different projects, proof of work and proof of stake, and it will allow one of them to be a winner. When two technologies come out, you have two separate technologies that run together, and they're running parallel. Over time, one of them is going to drop downwards, and one of them is going to go upwards. One of them is going to be relegated to the past, one of them is going to be relegated to the future. Proof of work is the past. At this point, the mainstreaming of crypto may be inevitable, which I agree. Multiple states like Arizona, Wyoming, Ohio, and others have already made moves to accept cryptocurrency for government services. They failed the state bills have failed to pass, but with the Biden administrations and California working on full, robust plans that lay down a clear path forward, adoption is likely to only accelerate. And yes, because competition breeds competition. It's the way it works. That's the way everything works. Every product, every asset class, everything works that way. Competition makes for good things for us. I appreciate you guys. Mass adoption right around the corner. I hope you're excited. And I will see you guys on the next one.